podcast. Yo, we come from no shades to the team at the Barclays. The Old Heads podcast. Yo, from Will scoring 100 to job being wanted. The Old Heads podcast. Yo, let's go.
Yeah, buddy. Old Heads, episode 143, man, back in the basement. My apologies about last week, man. We had to enjoy our Easter. We hope y'all enjoyed y'all's. But hey, we are back in the basement. 143. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. And hey, man, we got to get it in. We got to talk about the NBA playoffs. So this is going to be a fun episode among other things that's going on in the news. But before we get into any of that, I'm going to let these brothers introduce themselves. We're going to get right into it. Old Heads 143. You know what it is. You need.
Your boy Bills.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's your man Hendo G, a.k.a. French Loaf, a.k.a. Mr. Honey Pack himself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Honey Pizzle, Billy Basless. We got to get right into it, man. But before we go anywhere, man, of course, we have to give a R.I.P. to Steve Mongo McMichael, who passed away, man. Hall of Fame, Chicago Bear, part of that great 85 team. So, also, a lot of people forgot he's also a wrestler, man, pro wrestler for some time. So, man, R.I.P. to the McMichael family. Here from Old Heads, man. Yeah, sounds like he was a phenomenal person, man. Phenomenal football player. So, salute, man. A great Chicago Bear, man. Hopefully up there in the sky doing his thing.
Walter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You up there with Walter, man, doing that thing. But this is how we start every episode, man, with Hendo's hot takes. Hendo, what's the hot take?
Normally, I'm one to come out and really be the guy to tell people about sharing stuff and being open and constantly being transparent in life. Being a revolving door. You don't want to be one way. Oh my God, Kanye, I'm gonna need you to not be so transparent, man. You've said some things that we can't unhear now. I mean, you've kept it too transparent. Some things we don't want to see. You've said some very visualistic things as of such. I don't know what, we want to go in it, but I'm not going to talk about, the fact that you putting in rap songs and all types of shit, hidden messages about how you done gave people in your family fellatio. Now you done outed yourself. Now everybody looking at you crazy. Now you just saying off the wall shit, man. Once again, man. You told Cameron, yeah, I said this, and I'm wearing my $100,000 Dipset belt while I'm doing it. Like, bro, like, whoa, like, you just going a little too wild, yeah. I don't know if the meds or if you really battling something with some mental health issues, but I'm gonna need your all your social media activity to come down to a cease, man. You tweaking. You need to do what Dave Chappelle was about to do. You need to take your black ass to Africa and live amongst the homeland one time, because you tweaking, man. I think Hollywood America has wreaked havoc on your thoughts and mine. I don't know what galaxy you in right now, but you need to recollect, dog. I don't know what's going on with you. Your wife was that shit. I mean, she was doing everything for you. She came out booty ass naked at the damn awards. She was doing anything. She was dropping, giving you fellatio everywhere y'all wanted. Behind Burger Kings, on boat rides, on Delta airplanes, private jets, on Disney cruise ships. Like, it didn't matter. And then you pull out this shit. Like, bro, I don't know what's going on with you, bro. Like, we need to check in on Buddy or something, man. He need to go back home or some shit. I don't know what's going on. And get back and touch his groove. I ain't saying nothing bad. I ain't saying that he can't bounce back from this, but there's definitely some things that we gotta talk, bro. Like, this is wild. This is wild.
You need some help, man. You need to pray for him. You know what I'm saying? Because
I've been praying for y'all. I don't know. This is post pray.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. This post meds is everything. He need to get around some more black people. I don't know what's been going on in Utah in the church.
Man, ain't no time limit for help, Kanye. So if
I don't
get that help.
I don't know how you go from making beats to becoming a pastor and then working with Jesus and working in Utah with all the churches and stuff and doing all this good credible stuff to coming back, being in the media to this coming out. Like, I don't know what's going on, bro. I don't know what's going on. Then you having all these crazy comments about Kendrick talking about this man one bar, he can't, that's blasphemy.
Well, I think he obviously has some type of personality disorder.
Bruh, this man put on a black Klansman suit and gave an interview standing up. First off, who do you know gives interviews or takes interviews standing up for an hour? Who stands up for an hour in an interview? That's blasphemy, first and foremost. Second of all, the nigga's in a black Klansman suit a whole black hooded suit while you're giving an interview.
I mean,
This man is clearly, bruh.
He already said that slavery was a choice, so it only gets worse from there.
That's like me coming to the show with like an astronaut helmet on right now, just a helmet, and just sitting here like, yeah, y'all, this is what it is. I'm doing all my regular activities, but with a big ass helmet on. Y'all gonna be in here like, man, this is my nigga, but like, dog, what's going on?
Yeah, I really want to know why.
Read the room. What's going on?
Come
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Stop.
And that, hey,
Come here with some
that
shoulder pads on. That's what
Stop. Just stop. Stop.
Hey, and that is Hendo's hot take, man. Moving right along. Black fact of the week. Sinners, the #1 movie in the world, is directed by Ryan Coogler, a black man, and a predominantly black cast. Is getting great reviews as well. But did you know in 1916, excuse me, Noble and George Johnson created the Lincoln Black Motion Picture Company in Omaha, Nebraska, which would go on to be the first black film company. The company debut film was named The Realization of the Negro's Ambition. So, man, Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, they're killing it right now. But hey, we always got to pay homage to our ancestors. Got to pay homage to, like I say, Noble and George Johnson, man, doing their thing. The Lincoln Motion Picture Company, the very first owned black motion picture company in the world, man. So I couldn't say in the world, definitely in the United States, but that's super dope, man. Much love to them. Moving right along, man. Also, let's give everybody pray for Gilbert Arenas' son, who was in a car accident. He was induced in a coma. He recently did come out of it, or they brought him out of it. I'm not sure how that works, but hopefully he makes a full recovery. Super talented man. Having a son or 4 sons myself, I can only imagine. So I wish him and Arenas' family nothing but the best, man. Here from Old Heads. Moving right along. The NFL draft, man, it's going to be interesting. Y'all out there, let us know how y'all feel about it, too. And don't be dusty, man. Hit that like button, man. Hit that share button, man. Subscribe, man. Also, over on YouTube as well, C. Hendo and Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast. C. Hendo, CEEHENDO. Stop being dusty, man. It's nice outside. For most places, it should be nice outside. If it ain't, don't be dusty. On NFL draft, first round is done. What did you think about the Bears picking up Colston Loveland at 10? And how did you like the rest of the picks we picked up? How'd you like the direction we're moving along?
Man, we'll go. I feel like the picks match our coach, and I like that shit. Mm-hmm. I like it when shit makes sense. I like it when because I don't fully know that man's vision. I seen what he did in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look for us, but I feel like he getting guys that's going to, you know what I'm saying, round out his team. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? His vision. And we're going to have to see how far we go with that shit. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like a lot of the picks. I like the tight end. Then I like the wide receiver. Some the third. But
Luther Burton the third.
Burton the third, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I heard he was a top 20 talent though. You know what I'm saying? He was really a first round guy, really. So like, yeah, man, yeah. I heard he get a lot of yards after catch. So those two alone offensively, you know what I'm saying, that's filling some holes because, you know, you can never really hire too many wide receivers, especially if you ain't paying that much money for them. Then you get a motherfucking tackle, you know what I'm saying, for O-line depth, you know what I'm saying, I was fucking with that. Then you get that Swiss Army knife on defense. This dude played 5 different positions last year. Both the tackles, both the something else's. And
D tackle, D edge, he can go all across the line. He's nice.
Basically, you know, you can use this guy for depth in a lot of different ways and shit. Trick the shit out of motherfuckers, really. But yeah, man, those are the picks that I like for the Bears.
Okay. How do you feel, Hendo?
I thought these were smart choices. A lot of people were giving the Bears a lot of flack, and Ben Johnson a lot of flack for getting Loveland, and I don't think people really understand how good Loveland really is. I think a lot of people like seeing that as an attack at Cole Kmet, but if you really look at a successful unit, they ran with Ben Johnson. They had a 2 tight end set, and then you kind of look at kind of like a guy like Laporte, who he would kind of be related. Laporta, who he's kind of related to, like his talent wise, as far as being able to create. You see the success he had with him. This is kind of the direction you want to go with them. This doesn't really put any weight on, Cole Kmet at all. I don't think he's locked in. The fact that we've already locked him into a huge contract last year should tell you he's locked in.
Right.
This should not be a threat. This is something to do because the last 2 guys, they're not going to work. We had picked up the guy from the Chargers, Everett. Older tight end, wasn't, he's all right, but he's not really fast. He blocks very well, but he's not fast. Then we had probably one of the oldest tight ends ever in life. This man's 48 years old, still playing tight end and stuff. He's not going to be. This isn't the direction we're going. We're going with youth, speed, stuff like that. The receiver, if we have to let Keenan Allen inevitably go, which it kind of looked like we might, we have to pick up speed. That was the only thing that we were missing last year is guys who were fast and could catch the ball. We had Velus Jones, he was fast, but he couldn't fucking catch. We couldn't rely on his hands. Now we have 2 guys who are dogs. They're really hungry about catching. That's a good thing about drafting young receivers sometimes. A, you don't know what their ceiling cap is, and B, they're hungry. They're hungry. They're fighting for position. They want to get in here, and they know there's a position to be had. So this is exactly what you want. Plus, like I said, when it comes down to like 3 or 4 positions on offense, you want to lock in the big positions first because you don't have to pay them. If you can lock them in for 4 years, that's 4 years you kind of get for free. And big positions on there is, of course, quarterback, which you got, running back, kind of looking for, receiver, still going there, tight ends, got that down. And O-line, if you really want to put it in. We got that in place. It made sense. And then we really attacked all the gray areas. But the one thing that I will tell you about this Bears draft that I haven't seen in years is how we utilized our picks. We literally saw opportunity, traded back and got more picks and better picks, then took the last end of those picks, traded with another team to get more picks, and then went to another team. We traded with the Rams, we traded with the Bills, we traded with so many teams and utilized and got more out of it. Then we even got picks for next year in the 2nd round. That's going to be gritty. And they tell you some of the biggest gems, the all-stars you get, aren't always found in that 1st round. They're found in the 2nd, 3rd round area. And that little area is where you find core pieces because they don't have a lot of pressure on them and they can shine. They're hungry. It was look beautiful. They made sense of everything. Like B.I. said, they made sense.
Yeah.
Everything went in. You fit the needs.
I feel like we did good. What's your grade?
I think right now, I was actually just looking. I think we got Luke DeBurton. He was actually a 5-star. He was actually one of Missouri's highest graded players ever in that school history. I think I know about him for one because I watch college basketball, but playing college football, I noticed he was like one of the highest graded wide receivers in the nation on college football. So theoretically, he was looked at as a 1st round talent. I think a lot of people didn't necessarily like. Some people didn't like his attitude, but he's a wide receiver. I expect to look deep in every wide receiver. Ozzie Trapapilo, Boston College. He is enormous. I think he's 6'7", 6'8". Only thing with that is, we already have Darnell Wright at right tackle. That's primarily what he was. But if I'm thinking Ben Johnson, I think he's looking at possibly having offensive line depth.
Yeah.
So I think that guy could possibly be, if something does happen on the right side, I feel like he can be a plug and play guy day one.
It's important to cover that blind side too, though.
I know, but that's why we got Braxton Jones.
Yeah,
I
get it.
I also think Braxton Jones, he'll be coming off a contract year after this year. So I think they might be looking at Trapapilo who did play a little bit left tackle.
Yeah, he played left hand.
He played more on the right, but he played.
Oh, did
he played more. He definitely played more on the right. But he played a little bit on the left. I'm thinking if they think possibly if they could put him in at left tackle and maybe let Braxton Jones go, because I mean you're going to have to pay Braxton.
Yeah,
you're going to have to, and I mean he's good, but I don't know if he's good enough to where you're going to have what you're going to have to pay him good.
Right.
So if you can get a guy like Trapper and you kind of want your teams to kind of grow together. It's good to have veterans in there, but you want your key pieces to kind of grow together. You want a Colston Loveland who, when he talked to Ben Johnson, he asked him who he pattern his game after. He actually said Sam Laporta. So I think for what Ben Johnson wants to do, I was a little disappointed that they didn't get Tyler Warren. But I think Tyler Warren's the type of guy to where you almost have to scheme him open. Yeah. And I think with a Loveland, you don't necessarily, he's going to be a matchup problem. Because everybody's saying how big Tyler Warren is. But
he's basically a fat receiver. He's very good.
But he's 6'6", right? So he's going to be a matchup problem. And I think that's the one thing that they want with Caleb is they don't want him, his nickname is Superman. They don't want him to have to be Superman every single play. They want him to have easy throws. And having a guy like Loveland there, I think is going to be phenomenal.
And guys who can create after catches is huge.
And then also what I love is the fact he came from Michigan, which tells me he has no problem being coached hard. Yep. And what I really love is the fact that you had other teams that wanted to trade up to get him.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't just like the Cleveland. No disrespect to Cleveland and Jacksonville. But you had smart teams. Denver wanted him.
That's a good
the Rams wanted to get Colston Loveland. So I believe might have even been Baltimore, I think, as well wanted him. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me. But those are two smart coaches, smart offensive coaches that wanted him. So it's like okay, if those guys see something in him, that really makes me feel good about Ben Johnson and the vision I believe that one of you guys were talking about. So I like that direction. I was a little disappointed that we didn't go defense with that second pick, but when I saw Burden and I saw the upside and not having that necessarily yak guy, we're going to need that. He'll be that fourth option, and I'm kind of disappointed we haven't addressed that running back situation yet. I know we still have the 6th and 7th round, but I would have liked us instead of taking that linebacker Hippolyte at 64. I would have rather us taking a running back. But outside of that, I feel like I would give us a solid. I would say a solid right now B plus.
I think that running back issue was going to cause a little drift because the running backs we got, they just need the confidence to do what they need right now. And I was thinking about that the running back coach. I was thinking about what we could do, and I just worked them up. And if things come up,
again, Swift and who?
Roscoe Johnson.
Roshan.
I call him Roscoe. My bad. Roshan. Look like Roscoe on water. No, I'm just playing.
Wow, man. It's wild.
But I think you just work them. And I think you can find a decent running back in free agency still that you don't have to pay all this because we just need somebody. I think you just work with the guys we got. I think he can tend. I like that decision. I really thought that we could have used, but I think with what we finessed out of this year's picks, if we see that's an issue, we can get it next year.
I don't know. We'll see. I
think next year would be a better running back class.
You still got the 6th and 7th round.
That is true.
This is a terrific running back class this year.
It is.
So I mean, we will see.
There's some more dogs coming out next year though.
Somebody who has dropped in the draft, Shedeur Sanders, finally did get drafted in the 5th round by the Cleveland Browns. How did you guys feel about that? Do you guys think he'll be a starter? Why do you guys feel like he fell? Or will he be a backup?
Well, I'll start off. First of all, I'm happy he got drafted. Second of all, I don't see his career really flourishing amongst the Browns, but I do see him being a starter within the next 2 years for sure. I think the reason he dropped is I think he kind of rubs a lot of GMs, /cultures a little bit the wrong way. I don't know why or how in particular. I don't agree with how, but at the same time, I'm not the guy at these interviews with him. He was, and where there's been some things where he's, it was said he rubbed him with too much confidence, and I don't know how that's a thing. When I look at people like Cam Newton and what he did and how confident he came in, when I look at guy like Caleb, how confident he came in, I just don't see where he could. But then I think about the name. When you're trying to make a statement, you're trying to do this, and guys are kind of geeked up, and you think people are in a position they didn't really earn, and they're riding the coattail of their name from somebody else's success, that could be a major factor, and that's what I kind of think it was at the end of the day. Because there's nothing on a talent standpoint that he can't do. And I even said, like, well, damn, if he don't get picked up now, the Bears should just damn near just grab him and have him. I mean, shit, there's talent. There is talent there. There is no reason he should have failed that far down. I don't give a fuck who you are. There are so many teams that have shitty QBs as we speak. You could use a guy like this to just sit, learn, and you can interject this, and you can make a whole new situation happen. So,
How you feel?
I try one of them drinks, man.
yeah, hell yeah.
I try one of them. I can barely even speak on this shit. This is like the dumbest shit ever.
Really?
But you gotta know when you're talking to guy. I gotta give you just a little bit of a history lesson for me. My favorite quarterback ever, John Elway.
Yeah.
And then my second favorite quarterback, well, I think the smartest quarterback ever, Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Well, Peyton Manning's dad advocated for Eli not to go to San Diego to make sure he got to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, John Elway threatened not playing football at all.
Mm-hmm.
They going to play for fuck man. Come on, play some baseball. I'm just saying, like, this has been done before, people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's backlash, but motherfuckers still pick their ass up.
Yeah.
Now Terry Bradshaw was mad at the motherfucker. If he want to go play baseball, then let him go play baseball. He was, but he was in the league though.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas picked that nigga up.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm saying is, what the fuck took them so long to get shit done? You that afraid? Like, what are you afraid of? So it's hard. I can barely stomach this
Because
conversation.
you might not want to hear his
what the fuck
dad.
happened.
You might not want to hear what his daddy got to say about shit. That's what it comes down to.
We know exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Because
It's
when
more
you
his
get
dad
him,
than
you
him.
get his daddy.
If it was without his daddy, you figure, okay, he a brash young man, but he's confident. We can use that. We can mold that. With his father, it's like, well, he think he know everything, and we can't have him being either the show here, or we can't have him intervening with our strategy. You know what I'm saying? Or go on to social media talking about us. You know what I mean? Well, so it's only going to be a few teams that probably want to take that risk. I think they all silly in the motherfucker because there's too many teams in this league. You can't tell me that he shouldn't be with the Jets in that room. You can't tell me he shouldn't be in Pittsburgh. You can't tell me he shouldn't
as a
be
backup for just in
Oakland.
case something happened to Lamar. He can sit here and study behind Lamar. If I'm the
Everywhere.
Kansas City Chiefs, I get somebody
Everywhere.
because he's high talent. You don't have to worry about nothing. If I'm any of
He
these
can just
teams, I
sit
grab
back.
him. This
You know
don't
what I
make no
mean?
sense to
Shit.
me. If I'm
He
the
might be
Giants,
harnessing
I don't give a
greatness.
fuck if we just
Somebody
drafted.
might
Draft
get
another
hurt.
motherfucker. Shit, pick him up. This is a guy who fell too far, and somebody honestly should have looked.
I'm
But
trying
they
to
were
tell
sitting
you,
here and they were
Giants-
scared about that.
Like, the nigga, dog, you ever remember that movie Any Given Sunday when the first quarterback went down right at the beginning of the movie, and then the second quarterback
Cap.
went in there. Yeah, then the second
Willie
quarterback
Beeman.
went in there, and now the second one, and then he went down too. The motherfucker doctor said, "Hey, come back, man." The other quarterback went down. He said, the doctor said, "Damn, what did he do? Fall off the bench?" But same point in time though.
Facts.
Same point in time though.
Facts.
Dog, you may need this nigga after two quarterbacks that went down in the season type shit. And what if your third string get in there and get to looking better than your first string?
I just don't.
I'm just saying that's what makes the
This-
most sense. You don't
This
never
was
put
a
talent
slap
like that
to the
keep
Sanders
sliding.
name. I think, it's an outrage, but this is also fuel.
Mhm.
If I'm this guy, I do whatever I can.
Oh yeah,
to
Tom
make-
Brady
to
didn't
make
get
this
first round.
to
either,
try
so.
to make this Cleveland team shine off everything. You can get enough experience with Deshaun Watson if he's willing to be a mentor to a coach, what I think he's really probably better at this point. To
Is
be
he gonna be
honest.
healthy, Deshaun?
We don't know. It's a gray area. But what I'm saying is, besides health, Deshaun is a very talented quarterback. You know, there was nothing really bad about him. He just battled some injuries and just had some unfortunate things happen in his career. But in his heyday, this guy was good. You know, and there's some things that you could take away from his game if he's willing to mentor a young guy like this on this level. And then by the time
he'll be good himself, shit.
Right. Or by the time Sanders is ready,
right,
he could be something to really work with if you can put the right tools. And it seems like, you know, Cleveland get the right tools there. It's usually coaching and performance at the end of the day.
Is he a
Because
starter?
they normally have
Is he a starter?
They got a squad.
You know what I mean? Is he a starter?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on the health of Deshaun. Shit, I mean.
They already said they're done with Deshaun.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they already said that they're done with Deshaun.
Depending on who's the number 2, then yeah. With a team
They got
that,
a number 2 over there.
need-
They got somebody over there that's ready to be a starter. I don't think he's ready to come out
Okay.
and one with them. I'm just gonna keep.
I'm about
it
to say
going.
depending on how bad they need him because they might need a whole show.
I
To be
don't
honest, I don't know.
personally want to put a bad Cleveland year if they struggle on him. I'd rather they'd have the guy who they got for secondary going there because I think he's a little bit more seasoned. You see the production you get if he doesn't work. Those Sanders in there.
I was about to say, was he complete
They have
trash?
they have a lot of they have 5 QBs.
Yeah, they good on
They
that.
have a QB.
That's the thing. You have Deshaun Watson, who they've already said.
Because if
they're
you got
done
5
with,
QBs,
and
you
then
ain't got no
then
QB.
he's
They got
injured
Winston.
all next. You got Joe Flacco.
Oh yeah, they did.
You also have Kenny Pickett, who
Winston
they picked up.
Yeah,
Okay,
From the
okay,
Steelers, and then they
okay.
drafted Daniel Gabriel out of Oregon, and then turned around and drafted Shador.
Ooh, that's a good quarterback room.
No, really.
I mean, it's better than I thought it was. I know these guys. At least I know their fucking name.
I'm gonna tell you this. All I know is they receivers gonna be tired as fuck. They're gonna have to take reps from all these niggas, bro. How many teams you know with these many fucking quarterbacks out there? And even walk-ons, nigga. There shouldn't be this many out there. That's 5 quarterbacks, nigga. They got the situation where they be throwing back to back and shoulder to shoulder and shit. Like you throwing that way and me and the other guys throwing this way. That's how many quarterbacks it is. Should never be that way, nigga.
That's crazy.
He not gonna start, nigga.
I don't know who's gonna start on that team.
Hey, 3 of them niggas not gonna start.
Let's say because Deshaun.
One of them niggas not gonna make the team. Probably gonna be the nigga from Oregon. To be
So you're
honest.
not gonna start?
That'd be fucking.
Hell no, he not gonna start, nigga. Not this year. Next year, maybe he gotta outplay 4 other
Game.
niggas. What do you mean?
Game 1?
Huh?
Is he gonna start game
No.
1?
Will he be
At
a starter?
all.
Will he be a starter or
At all this
at
year?
the next level? In the NFL.
Oh, he'll be a starter
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
Just not this year.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, maybe not this year.
I don't know.
I
Niggas 5'4", 5 niggas in the fucking.
Yeah, it's a lot of niggas.
I think I'll just.
Wasn't even the first quarterback at the
I-
draft.
I-
He
I
big
will-
nigga.
I
Pick
will.
the nigga from Oregon first.
Depending on the reps.
I would have for sure got Sanders. Nigga, what the fuck we grabbing
His
from
reps
Oregon?
look better in practice. I'm sorry. Me personally, as a coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as like people saying like, I understand your analogy with like the John Elway and the Eli Manning, and that makes perfect sense. The only difference with that is that for one, Eli Manning and Shador Sanders, as far as college, Eli Manning was a much better college player than Shador Sanders.
Absolutely.
Much better
He's
college.
out there
By
throwing
far.
400 on this.
Yeah.
By far. Not even a question, bro.
So,
Shout out to Old Miss.
Niggas not even fucking with RG3 numbers, to be honest.
right. So, but then when you look
The
at
buckets.
but then when you look at John Elway, right? John Elway, for a lot of people, is looked at as the greatest college quarterback prospect of all time. So it's like, you even brought up Caleb. You heard kind of the same things about Caleb. I think the difference between those 3 guys and Shador is that, yeah, those guys had noise, but Caleb has a hose. Like, Caleb is uber fucking athletic. Caleb has like a legit, like, elite fucking arm. He can do shit that other quarterbacks simply cannot do. He does Pat Mahomes type shit. John Elway, special fucking talent. Eli Manning, special fucking college quarterback. When you look at Shador, what he does special, he's accurate and he's tough. So yeah, you might have the noise, but you don't have that superpower as to where that we can overlook that noise. So that's why I think a lot of people just want to realize it, but you heard it leading up to the draft. guys saying he's not a first round quarterback.
Yeah.
They don't view him as a first round quarterback.
I'm said a lot.
The only people that weren't saying that were people were like people like higher up. I wouldn't say higher up, but you looking like the Stephen A's, the pundits, guys like that.
Yeah.
Oh well, no, he'll go. When you listen to people who really like follow foot and scouts, no, he doesn't have that superpower. Now the accuracy that typically can translate when you look at a guy like a Brock Purdy. But I think I did a little research and just really quick, just to nip this in the bud real quick. Only about 25 to 30% of first round quarterbacks be legitimate starters.
Yep.
When you look at most of the quarterbacks around the league who are successful, they were first round picks. Jared Goff, number 1 overall. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, very end of the first round. Joe Burrow. The best non-first round quarterback in the league is probably Dak Prescott or Purdy. And when you think about most of them have close to top 5 to top 10 coaches. When you look at Dak, who was under Mike McCarthy, who got the best out of Aaron Rodgers, who got the best out of Dak, and then when you look at Purdy, who has Shanahan. So I think with Shador, with his accuracy and his toughness, he can be successful. He can be a starter, but it's all going to depend on where he goes. Cleveland, I don't think is as bad as people say it is because Cleveland has a really good offensive-minded head coach.
No, they trash. Go ahead.
No.
I mean, I don't want to say they trash. They're not worth mentioning.
Okay, they're not worth mentioning, but
They're not that major afterthought in the team, the division, with somehow the Steelers that can never somehow not make the fucking playoff. Motherfucking Cincinnati is always at the bottom of that shit, still fighting, and nobody can get past Baltimore in that motherfucking division.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Cleveland is just a horrible spot to be. Like, no matter what team you are in the NFL, if you got placed in a division with those 3 teams, that's an uphill battle every year.
Right.
I'm just saying, it's a tough
position to be in. It's gonna be tough, but hey, I honestly think a good spot for him, in my opinion, I think would have been the 49ers.
Yeah. I say that a lot.
That's what I was hoping, that he got to a good team.
I think the
and punished the rest of the league
I think
for
the
10 years.
49ers would have been perfect because they're right now they have to pay Purdy.
Mm-hmm.
That 49ers team, you already have Trent Williams, right? Who might not be, he'll play next year, but we don't know how much longer Trent Williams is going to be elite with all his injuries. Debo is gone. Kittle is only getting older. I mean, he's still elite, but how many more years of elite do we have of Kittle with the way that he plays?
Yeah.
And then you look at McCaffrey. He's always hurt.
He always stay hurt.
You know what I'm saying?
I tried to tell
you got Ricky Pearsall, the wide receiver who they drafted. Brandon Ayuk had an ACL. And then you have to pay Purdy all this money, and then the Avengers aren't necessarily the Avengers anymore. I don't know how much scheming Shanahan can do to get that team back to the Super Bowl. So I think if you could bring in a guy like Shador, who's already shown he can be accurate, who already shown that he doesn't have to have a great offensive line, he can. You don't want your quarterback to get hit, but he is tough. And he can be accurate and be comfortable in the pocket when it's uncomfortable. I think that's something I would have done. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But we gotta move on, man. That was a good one. Uncle Shay Shay is in the news again for some serious allegations. Will this be the downfall of Uncle Shay Shay, or how do y'all feel about that, man? Yet again in the news.
I feel like I'm going to a funeral.
Oh, wow.
Man, it's the old shape, man. Sometimes you can get too big for your britches, and my grandmama said, no, I'm just playing, hey, man, we love Shay, man. I love his brother, you know what I'm saying, you know. Yeah, we love Shay, man. I love Shay, but he got to sit his ass down somewhere, man. But I ain't even here to take, I really wanted to ask the question, exactly what is he in trouble for? Exactly what was heard? Exactly what was said? Like, because I couldn't even hear the little shit that I heard. I heard him say something about choke the girl or whatever, and he said big black man choke white girl or some shit. But like, I don't know if that was friendly banter between, you know what I'm saying, John and Trick. Like, I don't know what the parameters were of the conversation really. So what is he in trouble for? Like knowing bitches, tricking off on hoes and
You
shit.
want to talk? You want to expound on him though?
It's quite a silly allegation because there's no real fault of anything. It's just something just isn't adding up. There's a couple recordings that we have where it sounds like he's talking to a girl. They're asking, he's checking in with her, and then he was like, "Oh," she's like, "Oh, I don't want to be choking." "Oh, I'm choking you." I don't know if this is how they sexually joke around. First and foremost, they're trying to say this could be a possible like sexual assault, which I don't think. When you're having consensual and you're talking like this, there's no narrative like, oh, he's like, "Oh, I could just choke you out in public." They could just talk like that. Some people talk like that sexually. We don't know what they're doing behind doors, first and foremost. So to be judged like that, but there's the weirdness of it that he tried to pay her off for $10 million. $10 million is a very large sum to just shut up. Now she's like, no, hold on. I don't want 10. I want 50. So that's where it seems like there's a little bit of extortion. Where I kind of understand, like, I don't know if I like hearing fam and them get talked about like extorting like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's looking like. I still don't know where there's a issue with it because I don't feel like there's like intent. Like he's not saying like, "Bitch, shut up! I'll choke the shit out you. I'll murder you." That's intent where you that's crazy talk. But to record a sexual talk of how we talk to each other, you don't know. It could have been all types of "shut up, bitch." You don't know what I'm. That might be how they talk to each other. I can't assume.
Got more, you know what I'm saying?
Leverage because she's a young white girl and he's a big black guy. We get it. But at the same time,
maybe it's worse shit on us.
At the same time, we know this guy with interviews with Monique and Cat Williams and other brothers that you call peers, and they literally told you shouldn't be. You should mess with people your age. Oh, what you mean? Right. And this is what the trap you got caught in because this is what we call what they say in the Bible, how we believe, feeding the flesh. Now you could be out here getting some people your age. You could be talking to a little Larissa Pippen or something like that. Somebody on the line with your age group and stuff. I get it if you like them young. I get it. But if you like it like that, take your ass over to Brazil or take your ass to South America where you can have all the little young bitches you want and come back over here. It don't matter. But over here, this is frowned upon. So when it comes to guys who are in bigger positions and have careers, you can't do shit like this, nigga. You were better off just buying a prostitute for the night because she not going to tell on you. All right? That's just what it comes down. Now, if this is what you do, I get it. But don't be mad at the backlash that comes with it. Yes, she's of age. Yes, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's how you talk and how you record it. This has been a downfall of a lot of powerful people.
Ain't this the same thing that took Paul Pierce down? And his name is The Truth.
They said she was 20 years old.
Exactly. It don't matter. I'm saying she knows what she's doing. She does this. But everybody's mad because it's Shay. Like I said, it's feeding the flesh,
the
man.
civil complaint alleges Sharp, 56, violently sexually assaulted and anally raped plaintiff in October 24 and again January of this year in Las Vegas, Nevada, blatantly ignoring her request for him to stop. The suit states that after many months of manipulating and controlling plaintiff, a woman of more than 30 years younger than he, and repeatedly threatened to brutally choke and violently slap her, Sharp refused to accept the answer no and raped plaintiff despite her sobbing and repeated screams.
Oh man, so he could be going to jail or some shit?
Yeah, but this is something that I don't.
Said that 2 days ago he stepped away from ESPN, stepping aside from ESPN in wake of sexual assault lawsuit.
Lord, have mercy.
And then you get right into where they talking about the phone calls and you know what I'm saying, all the recorded mics, which it's kind of weird to me that you're recording conversations because this is a lead up to something.
Yeah, you got some people saying he was set up.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it feels like. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, we don't know, man. So we hope the best for you, Shannon, the young lady. If that did happen, I don't want that to happen to anybody. So I'm not taking nobody's side. I'm just gonna wait and see and just hope that none of that happened, bro. Because we here at Old Heads, we definitely ain't cool with no rape shit. That's like the lowest of the low, bro. Hey, I'm just gonna wait and see. So, man,
I don't know. He been taking them little Viagra pills. He could just been a horny ass buff nigga. Who knows? He just be chewing on them niggas.
I feel like it's some.
I don't think a man his size need to be taking all these fake Viagra pills. That you out here on strong and strong.
I didn't like what he said when he was talking to Ocho, and he said people keep telling me I need to date my age. Well, how about I'm gonna date my wage?
I'm gonna date my wage.
Yeah, and it's like I get it, bro, but it's like me personally, I would just say y'all can talk about it. We gonna talk about the draft and just keep it moving, man. Try to keep it positive, but I hope everything work out in that situation for everybody that's involved in that situation. But quick another side note: Kevin Gates was courtside the Laker game after some choice words for LeBron James' wife on social media. People are saying LeBron didn't approach Gates the way he approached Stephen A. Do they have a point, or do you feel like LeBron did the right thing by simply ignoring it?
They at least have a point. I ain't saying LeBron James is supposed to pull out the pistol or nothing, but at the same point in time, they at least have a point. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a firm believer treat the CEO or the janitor of the building like the CEO. Like, you know what I mean? You treat them all the same. Respect is respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever it is you stand on, if you felt that deep to do that in front of all these cameras and before your game to Steve A. Smith, then why not this nigga? Because he only said it once, and Steve A. may have said several things about him or something. Dude was talking about sports. This nigga got all in your personal life talking about your wife. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. This is why I can't have me no wife, because I'm definitely finna go over there and say something to Kevin Gates. Nigga, I ain't saying I'm finna check the man or nothing, but I'm finna at least tell this man how I feel about the situation, my man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I love my wife. You know what I'm saying? This is our thing, brother. You know what I'm saying? Your feelings can be how they feel, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? This is real over here.
I like that. How you feel, Hendo?
I mean, I definitely think it was something to it. I mean, Stephen A. ain't no Kevin Gates, but I don't think it was nothing like throw LeBron off. I mean, this is not the first time that a celebrity's had a comment about LeBron, his situation, and what he got on. Second of all, Kevin Gates doesn't really say nothing bad. He said, shit, she don't look at him the way she's supposed to look. And I don't think that was a real shot at LeBron. I thought that was a shot at her. Like, you know what I'm saying?
A shot at her is a shot at us.
If that's how you looking at it, and that's what you want to entice.
That's what he did with his son.
But that was after constant. This is Stephen. But like this,
basketball.
Kevin Gates made a comment.
He
made a comment. Stephen A. makes several comments about this stuff. It wasn't this. He's been talking about the Bronny. He's been talking about the Bronny James situation since the nigga got drafted. Let's be honest, because that's all he can talk about.
That's his job.
That's his. But right, that's the difference. Gates just said, man, Shorty just don't look at him. I didn't really see it was no foul play. I think if you a successful black man with a successful black marriage, I think there's going to be shots taken at you, even from other black people and every other thing. It's just what comes with the success.
I ain't saying he's supposed to.
They was talking shit about Obama and Michelle, and they was a perfect couple.
His son, did he supposed to trip? Nah. I wouldn't have tripped over neither one.
Because you not her daddy, first and foremost. You his daddy. This is my seed, dog. My son different than my wife a little bit. I'm sorry. In my eyes. But let's be honest. There's a different type of check-in between Stephen A. Smith and Gates. All right? You can have certain words with Stephen A. Smith that you can't have with Kevin Gates. I'm sorry. And that's just the realness of it. So if you're going to be out here calling yourself checking somebody, let's make it even across the board. Let's check everybody. I would have like, hey, Kevin, hey, keep on. I would have went out like, well, keep my wife's name out your mouth. That's all we got to say. And he could say whatever he wanted back, would have left it at that. And it would have made YouTube and it been like that. Whatever. I had something to talk about on my podcast.
Straight like that. Moving right along, man. Getting into some sports now. This is the third year where the Bulls lost at the play-in game.
It's just a funeral.
What do you feel like they need to do to become a consistent playoff team, man? The Chicago Bulls.
You want to start this?
I thought you never asked.
God damn.
First off,
No.
two
SOS,
things.
motherfucker.
Two things. We want to be a real contender. We got to
You need an SOS sign.
we got to get rid of that nigga P. Wills, man. He got to get the fuck up out of here, bro. I don't know where he got to go. If we have to release this nigga or whatever money we got to get back to this nigga, he got to get a one-way ticket the fuck out of Chicago. I don't care what direction. Second of all, Billy, you got, not you.
Hey,
Billy,
I know.
you gotta get the fuck up out of here, my guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You've done great things with some of the young pieces, but you it really starts with you. It don't start with pretty much anybody else. We can blame DeMar, we can blame Ball, you can blame Levine, but it really just starts with you. It just all in the end of the day comes back to your gray dusty ass not really doing your job the way you need to do your job. Yes, Kobe White is shine. He's looking good. A couple of guys are looking good back in. But yet we're in the same position every fucking year. Struggling in a fucking play-in spot because we couldn't win enough fucking games per usual. It starts with him. We need to get one of these good available fucking coaches that's out here. There's so many good coaches out here right now. So many.
We just took anybody. We took
Donald Trump, boys. So many good coaches out here. There's so many. It's a pick of a litter.
Just pick anybody. Just pick anybody else. This dude is in the way.
There is so many. We can put a name in a jar and just grab somebody and be better, whoever the fuck it is, than Billy Donovan right now. That's
It probably would be. When I look at guys, when I look at Orlando, when I see their coach.
Hold on. Before you go there, look at the fucking Rockets. Just look at the Rockets.
I mean, he's established though. We've been to him. He had playoff runs with Boston.
That makes me sick.
When I look at Orlando,
you hear me? That this nigga left this good team and went the fuck over there and he doing that with them young motherfucking boys. And there's not really like one really emerging superstar. They just work as a good team, as a unit, nigga. They look nice.
They got a better GM than me.
That shit makes me sick.
This is
If the Bulls don't at least get Mike Malone, I'm hurt.
This is
At least get this nigga. He not bad. He trying to coach niggas hard.
Yeah.
I want that.
We need something, dog. This is pathetic. That's my answer, basically. It's the coach and the GM. You know what I'm saying? And like you start off by Pat Williams. Yeah, let's get rid of a few dudes for some dudes. And how about the dudes that the coach actually want to coach? And how's about the coach actually be a good one? You know, those few things right there change everything. We can keep the same core players.
Make
put
some
a few
moves.
other guys
Get some
around
niggas.
them,
How
and we
about
can
that?
actually
Get some
look
good
like,
niggas.
you know, going from being 10th in the play-in to at least like 7th. You
How
know
about-
what I'm saying?
How about
I don't know.
How about we just don't play for a play-in? How about we play to get something higher than that? How about we get some real contending pieces out here? How about we make
any other
some
coach
moves?
can mess around with the same guys, can fuck around and take us to 7th in the play-in rather than 10th. We always at the bottom of the play-in, losing the motherfucking the same dudes every
Speaking for
motherfucking
work,
year.
my guy.
And why do we lose to them? We get out coached every year. Those guys ain't got guys like
We just
that.
get out coached.
We have a couple
We
more
are
guys.
literally
I can argue that we have a couple more dudes. So why don't it seem like it?
Because
Miami Heat.
the coaching is subpar.
We over here getting beat by Strauss in his year. We with what's his name?
We don't talk about that.
Then
That's
we
a very
get
gray
beat
area.
This year with Hero, and it's different cast members around Hero and motherfucking Dog.net. Damn, it's crazy. They just kicking our ass every year with Coach Spo.
Just to go get dusted.
Yes, yeah.
We could have fought them niggas harder than that.
Fuck. I feel like they are Detroit Pistons now. Except we ain't got no Michael Jordan. We fuck.
Yeah. All right, man.
Thanks for that.
You welcome.
It's a funeral all day today.
He said it's a funeral all day.
With the playoffs underway, name 5 NBA stars or players who could be traded or should be traded if they don't make it out the first round. At number 5 for me, I think they should look to trade him, or he might even ask to be traded. Ja Morant. They actually just got bounced.
Ooh. Ja, huh?
Yeah. I think a fresh start would be good for Ja.
It would.
I can't see him going. He's a premier player for them. He sells so much tickets. They're gonna do whatever it is to keep him. I get it.
What you got number 5?
My list is funny.
Me, Trae Young.
Oh yeah, yep. But he was my honorable mention, so I'm leaving him on.
It gotta be Trae.
Yeah.
Cause Trae
Young, bro.
he's too good of a player to just.
They don't appreciate him. They don't want him. They made that obvious like last year when he twisted his ankle on the ref and shit. You know what I'm saying? The playoff game. Hey man, fuck it. Y'all didn't appreciate this nigga when you had him. Free this nigga.
It happens sometimes. Sometimes
This
a
nigga
player
champion.
goes to a team that just doesn't appreciate their game.
I'm tired of watching this
happens.
nigga play with scrubs and play with losing and shit and him out here killing. He been doing this since Oklahoma. I'm tired of seeing it. I want to see this
I'm literally
motherfucker
waiting
do
on
what he
him
do when niggas is winning.
to make his way to either Miami or LA or like something. Like
Yeah,
I can just see him
anywhere.
there. I can't see Miami because of Terry, but LA would be the more ideal because that would be what that unit would be unfathomable. I don't
Miami
think
will
they'll
pull
be
it off thinking about it. I don't know if Coach Boyle let them shoot them threes like that, but yeah. Yeah, that's it.
You said Trae Young.
No, he was an honorable mention. I'm gonna go Julius Randle.
Ooh. Okay.
Julius fucking Randle.
So,
Yep.
so what? He
Yep.
blessed to be over there.
Nah, he didn't work out better somewhere.
Where he can run the show? No, he don't need. He need to be the second, third option like that.
Yeah, like in Detroit.
That and see because he gonna try to take the shine too much because he
I don't
has to
think
go
so.
somewhere
Cage
where the coaching is stern. Otherwise, he does too much ISO. That was the problem in the first fucking
Nah, their
place.
problem is they ain't got no low post threat like that to get it done.
Because he does too much
Stewart is their
ISO.
best
He
option.
brings motherfucker out. That means you gotta have a center.
They center is like a a rim runner, strong as hell, dunk the shit out you. But he ain't
Yeah.
nigga you can get a ball to down there, and like he ain't like really good around the rim. You know what I'm saying? He definitely ain't stepping out here shooting. Randall like to space the floor a little bit for him too, and he play tough to their style. And he coaches.
He'd work better in like Miami because he can go out there and play a little. He can play more ISO and they'll allow that. Spurs will let him, but he'd work out better in like a place like Miami. But he couldn't go to no situation on
Bam
team.
is better at the four like this year with that tall dude behind him in center. Always looked at him like that, like a Tim Duncan or somebody where you can play center, but I like you at the four.
He's more like Al Horford to me.
Yeah, I like Al Horford
yeah.
at the four.
Yeah, I agree. No, I agree. He's a true four.
That's what I'm saying.
But Al
Yeah,
Horford's
he
had to
he
play the five so much.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
plays out of position.
Yeah.
But he's a true, kind of like how y'all say Vooch is. Like Vooch plays
Yeah.
the 5.
Yeah.
But he's
But
a
if you put
natural.
that
He's a
nigga
true
at
four.
the
He's a true four.
Man, it's ugly.
Number 4 for
He wanna
me.
shoot the three.
Excuse me. I went with Nikola Jokic. It looked like they're going to win that game today, but a lot of people, I mean, he is the best player in the league, but a lot of people forget he's looking at a decade now in the league with only one ring. I think right now, his numbers are going to be up there with guys like Will. I mean, and they are.
So being in the West,
Man,
that's also being in the West. If he was going to the East, he'd be making it every year to the finals.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm trying to tell you.
I mean, so but
That's
I mean, I
right.
think I don't know how much he cares about legacy, but I think that's really the only thing now that's keeping him out of possibly that top 5 greatest big man of all time.
It's some
It's
championships.
championships. I think when you look at it, when you say, okay,
That's a fact.
because I don't see him
Man.
playing. I personally don't see him
Man, look at
playing
it that way.
15, 16
So if
years.
you only get one ring,
But there's only
if he only
that's great. There's some of the other guys.
But the centers you
Kareem.
can think of that are really doing it over him has to be like Shaq, and then
Yeah.
who else you would think like maybe Mutombo. You can't put Dirk and them up there because they not centers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No, Mutombo not even top 10.
Like,
He's not even top 10. Bro.
shit.
We talk about if you talk about defensive centers, yeah, but just big men,
Yeah,
Mutombo not top 10.
He
And
not top
I
10.
love to get rid of Mutombo.
Yeah, I love the Kimbe.
Drafted number 4 by the
He get
Denver
all the
Nuggets.
blocks, and that's what you want from a center.
Yeah, blocks and rebounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Kimbe. Who you got number 4, Hendo?
At number 4,
NBA players, if they don't make up the first round of stars, it has to be traded or should be traded.
this is gonna be a flip for me, man. Westbrook. If the coach is not there to kind of control what he got going on, he can't he doesn't bring that certain type of leadership sometimes. He needs some balance. He needs somebody there like another dog with him. I'd ask to be traded over him because that's not kind of what he signed up for.
I like Bills.
Cat. I'm not saying he should want to move. I'm saying they should want to move off him. They should have never got him. This is why I flipped between him and Randall last pick to this pick. It don't fucking work. You took the culture away.
It's like you having his best season.
It's like nah, you better his best season. We're not talking about it. Ain't the New York Cats, nigga. It's the New York Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like they trash because their identity is lost, man. They were a gritty. Man, how did the games look when they won last year in the playoff? In the last couple of minutes, niggas bodies fly, they gritty, niggas missing shots, but they getting rebounds and making plays and shit. That was their identity.
5 threes in the first half, though.
That was also their ceiling too.
That they really was, but they should have found a way to keep some of that and get Cat here, because at this present moment in this year,
13-3.
What is his defensive rating? Dude,
it's not terrible.
Well, it was the beginning of the season. I'm hoping it got way better.
Yeah, no, it's not terrible.
But
he picked up
as a team, defensively, their numbers are down, first of all. Second of all, you just see it jump off the screen.
You know, what it is there's a lot. They're a shooting team now because the 1 through the 5, everybody can shoot consistent. Cat can consistent shoot. Brunson can consistent shoot. Not only Bridges, he can consistent shoot. Then you got Hart, he can shoot. Like there's so
I'd
much.
rather take the guys back who couldn't shoot.
They're running gun defense. This is exactly what Tom Thibodeau wants, though.
But he can shoot something.
But this is the offense that he's running right now. This is a very run. This is how Tom runs.
They really dropped the ball on that.
They did because you couldn't ask him to put up nothing. Now you got a center who can at least give you 28 or 30 points sometimes. He might not get you the rebounds you want. Hartstein was gonna get you the rebounds, but if you making shots, they gave up defense for offense.
They fucked up bad.
I don't know.
If you get Cat Williams, you at least gotta keep Harkenstein. That's flat out. That's my lowest offer. That's what I'm not.
I think they got pieces.
I think when he comes out the game changes defensively, and we ramp up this way when he gone in. Like this is, I'm not bending on that. You know what I'm saying? No, they fucked up and on the perimeter because I ain't like the fact they gave up Da Vinci Code.
Who'd you have number 4?
Shit, that was Cat.
Oh, that's right, you said Cat.
Yeah.
Number 3, Damian Lillard.
Ooh, that's my number 3.
Man,
he on my list, yeah.
I think if they don't make it out that first round, they got a big win last night.
Yeah.
But if they don't make it out that first round, you start it all over. Hendo, who you got number 3?
I had Joker at number 3.
Yeah.
I don't think post all that coach stuff. I just think if they lose this series, if they lose this, if it happens to, I think he's gonna want to get up out of there. I think there's a lot of dysfunction going on there. I think he still like the players, but
they fired their fucking coach, dog, right for the playoff.
Well, the reasoning didn't make sense of why it was. Okay, you don't let both go. You let one go.
I just don't understand. If I'm Joker, I probably really want to leave. He ain't on my list. But at the same point in time, I would really want to leave if I'm him because I don't know what the fuck we doing. If we don't get a credible coach in there.
They up 15 right now.
I mean, what? They down.
Situation.
What is this? They down 2-1 in the series.
Right. They be tied at 2-2.
They just tied it.
Right.
Yeah,
who you got at number 3?
He said Damian Lillard.
Oh, yeah. Who you got?
I got at number 2. I got Giannis. If Dame gone, you might as well blow it up.
Yeah.
I mean, Milwaukee, I don't think they're expected to win a ring. You got a ring out of Giannis. Why not trade him, get some picks, and just start over, man? Because, I mean, in all reality, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time players wanting to come play with Giannis. And Giannis, in my opinion, is going to age very quickly because he never developed a mid-range jumper. He already is kind of starting to look like a dinosaur. When you look at what Jokic can do on the court,
his numbers are crazy.
His numbers are crazy.
Yeah.
But when you look at the playoffs, right, and you look at a guy like Draymond said, I can stop Giannis because he has pretty much one move. I can't do shit with Jokic. He does everything. And I think once Giannis' athleticism starts to
Giannis
slow him
averaged
down,
30 and like 12 on like 60% shooting. Only nigga that ever do it.
That's-
And this is second year in a row doing that.
that's phenomenal. Shaq was doing that too, and once he was getting to the finals, we saw what a
Giannis the
king
only
was.
nigga
We
that
saw,
ever
but
did that.
we saw what a king was doing to him. Once you get to the finals, that's a different animal. You need to have a multiple bag, and
That's a young Shaq. And we talking about Giannis, let's not forget he been in the finals and he was in the finals
yeah, I
dropping,
get it.
dropping 50 in the closeout game.
I know, and having a block,
hitting them free throws and all that.
having a
So
block
we gotta
and all
say that
that.
about
Well,
Giannis too. now.
this ain't
Yeah.
3 years, it's 2 years, bro. It's
Exactly.
different.
That's a
That body,
fact.
that body don't
Exactly.
recover like
what it is, what it ain't.
You got a
though, is
window.
Coach Bud.
And he had
And the window can close at
The
any
window
moment.
because you got rid of niggas.
That's
Y'all
true.
shouldn't have got rid of motherfucking
the same
Holiday
the same
and Coach Bud.
the same thing Denver's going through.
Shit
now.
happens, right?
They're getting rid of KCP and
Yep.
guys like
That's
Jeff
why we're
Green.
talking about Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that nigga should get up out of here. They done got rid of the coach. You see us going down.
Who you got number 2, Hendo?
Bam Adebayo. If we get kicked out of here, man, I've been here so much here. I can go somewhere with a team and they will build with some pieces around me. I'm sorry, I really don't think Miami is a landing destination as it once was. It seems to be a fire sale team. It seems to be a dictatorship sometimes under Pat Riley. He don't want to give you certain
You got
type of
Coach
money.
Spo?
Okay, I can go over here with some other guys. I can literally, he could go down to the Spurs and figure it out right now.
Yeah.
That's the type of shit. Like, let me up out of here.
Yeah.
He could go to the Spurs
If he
and go win something.
If
He
was
could go to
Spurs,
Detroit and go win something. He could
I
go.
feel like he could actually win with the Spurs. I'm not sure who all in their division like that, but I think he could win in the West.
He could go. Hell,
Yeah,
send him to the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Figure it out. Send him to the Mavericks. If you was to put him with AD, that's a matchup. Those are issues right there. Those are issues right there. AD requires your center, pulls them out. Now you got Bam, a true power forward on a true power forward, and he been abusing centers his whole career. He gonna take advantage of this situation. This is a mismatch.
That wouldn't work at all. And Dallas.
You don't know who they might trade. They traded Luka. You don't know who they might. They might let Lively go for this nigga.
Dallas is stacked with big men.
They are, but
But
you.
that's the perfect team to trade him to then, because now you can get them 2 big men for 1 or maybe 3 or
You
big
could.
2 big men.
One who could be a little bit more productive to what you want.
No, because you're putting them in the same situation. AD doesn't want to play the 5.
That's very true though.
AD does not
They both
want
want to
to
play the
5.
motherfucking 4.
Right.
Well, hey,
Bam-
Bam actually don't mind playing
There's
the 5.
there's
No,
there's
I
other
feel like he
but
better
there's
at
other
the 4.
opportunities, especially with Phoenix open up, a few other teams
That's
here,
what
especially
I would
opening
say.
up.
I would
You know what I'm
say
saying?
Phoenix,
You don't know
Phoenix
what
would be a
might
better-
you know.
Phoenix would
There's
be a
other
better
looks
than
out here.
destination.
The
You
Sixers,
saying
if they
the ball
move on
three
from
and
Embiid,
stay
if
and
he
shit.
might go down, they don't know if Embiid
Because,
might be out for next year. You might try to look to replace that.
Yeah.
No, you got to put them somewhere where you would theoretically, if I'm him, you want to go somewhere where they already have an established center.
That's a fact.
So if I'm him, I want to go to Minnesota.
That would work.
That's where I would want to go.
Damn.
Yeah, that's where I would want to go.
That would work.
That
You
would work.
got Rob Dillingham.
They'd be tough as hell
You got-
defensively.
You got Rob Dillingham, who I think is going to be very good. You got Anthony
I don't know. You
Davis.
have to give up some motherfuckers.
Yeah, you would give up Randall.
Motherfuckers too.
How about this? Because sometimes you
Yeah,
might run
Randall,
that
yeah,
small
Randall,
Yeah,
fastball.
Randall's something else.
How about out to the Warriors? They look like they might be moving on for some pieces. They run a small fastball. You might be able to run with that. That's exactly what they want to do sometimes.
I don't even know if they know how to act
No.
with a big man.
No, because you would have to put him at the 5. I mean, you could run Draymond at the 5, but
They've done it before.
yeah, they have. Well, I mean, no, we'll see, man.
Yeah, a lot of switches.
That's not a bad look, though. Who you got, number 2?
Number 2 shit. Hold on, man. You on number 2 for me?
Mhm.
Shit, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. Nah, I forgot. Oh, motherfucking KD, man. I'm good.
Ooh.
He already getting traded.
But he ain't gone yet.
That's not happening.
It's just obvious, you know
It's
what I'm
damn
saying?
near
He gotta
confirmed. He really finna go to the Mavericks. Real talk. That's what they
Well,
saying.
yeah, he out. The question was, when motherfuckers are out in the first round and he make it to the playoff, who the hell gonna trade or should somebody leave? Yeah, KD. need to fucking go.
He
as
was
fast
the
as
first
possible.
nigga talked about ever getting looked like when you talk about niggas getting traded. He was like the first one. That's
Yeah.
like, well, you know, we're gonna find somewhere for KD to go.
Yeah. Don't
Second
know where,
Bradley
but
Beal.
Yeah, he gotta go. It's just time. It's just the time, man. He ran this course. It was stupid as hell anyway. Then he should stay and go and stay for at least another year till he was bugging. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
He gotta go.
Number one for me, it would have to be. Ooh, goddamn. Wardell.
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 Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, Wardell.
Mm.
Yeah. If they don't make it out the first round, Wardell needs to ask for a trade, or they need to
They
trade
said
him.
the first
Y'all know
round,
who
too.
Wardell is? That is Stephon
Oh, yeah.
Wardell Curry.
Yeah, that's a Steph Curry. That's a chef right there. Oh man, he probably want to stay and Golden State for his whole career.
That's what I'm
man.
thinking.
He gonna be
And
one of them
that
dudes
sounds good. I
there.
think he just want to stay around
You know what
Curry.
I'm saying?
I don't know if he ever gonna leave them.
But if he left, that could be dangerous as a motherfucker for the right team. Oh,
You
my
know
Lord.
damn well they finna try to keep him,
Oh.
figure out something with Jimmy, and get somebody else. You know exactly what they are.
Oh my Lord, yeah. He gonna
Shelton
say,
Green. You give up Jalen Brown?
Man, you high as hell.
why in the fuck would you do that?
Because Steph is 37.
Jalen Brown?
Yeah.
I'm not giving you Jalen fucking Brown.
Jalen Brown is a superstar on another team.
I'm not giving you Jalen Brown for this.
So you wouldn't give up. So say they give up Jalen Brown and Devin White.
I'm not giving you Jalen. If I'm the Celtics, I'm not giving you Jalen
No.
Brown.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're
Man,
saying.
I'm not giving you
You know,
Jalen Brown.
okay, I get it now. Okay.
I don't want stuff for that price.
I
no.
got you.
Those
Okay,
are two
I'm
poor
about to
dudes.
say. Okay, I got you. Okay.
You know what
I'm
I mean?
Steph.
And then if you start giving motherfuckers Derek White and Holiday, then you lose all perimeter
I get-
defense.
Yeah, I know.
So you can't
I
even,
know.
it ain't worth that either.
I know. Hey, so they might. You never know.
I wouldn't do any of that. This is how motherfuckers are fucking with their nucleus, and you just fucked up your whole shit. The Bucks should have kept Coach Bud and Holiday. Those are the main two motherfuckers.
Shit,
Da
and
Vinci
PJ
Code.
Tucker, and there was a few motherfuckers they should have kept.
Vinci Code, you know what I'm saying? It was a few motherfuckers off that winning team that they actually should have motherfucking kept. So that's on them. I would have kept Middleton. I just wouldn't have paid him shit.
I would have low key kept Grayson Allen too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he gotta go.
I'm sorry, shit.
He like to
Who
play
you got
hero
number
ball
one,
in last
Hendo?
moments like he is.
It gotta be Giannis, man. Giannis is the only one on a stagnant team that's not supporting him the way other teams are being supported. When you out here watching other bigs like Embiid, they done gave this nigga James Harden, Paul George, Tobias Harris. They done gave this nigga everybody you money could buy. The best nigga they have got Giannis was Bobby Portis, Dame Lillard, my man Chris that got traded, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
That's a good point.
Like, bro, this is the best talent you could bring to me. I'm not saying these guys are bad, but you can do a little better given what was available in these times.
Yeah,
Mind
he
you,
gave him a coach
there are
and all
some
that.
pieces. Paul George was looking for a team. Jimmy Butler was possibly looking for a team.
Jimmy
You
Butler.
want people who can at least do what they can do. And you settle, and I'm not saying it's bad, for a Kyle Kuzma. And this supposed to be your third. He's not bad. He actually showing up. But when he had his playoff game, he had zeros.
Yeah.
That's not what you want.
No. He's
Clearly,
focused.
It
He's
looks like
focused.
if they were to trade Giannis, they could get some potential, and they could find a better suitor,
I'm
like
gonna
another
keep it real.
team, like Phoenix.
Giannis should want to leave, but the Bucks should never want to trade him.
No,
You're
but-
never gonna get another superstar
But
like that over here.
you know what this team can provide for you. You've seen this. You've been here for how long? You're getting to about your prime of your career-ish. You got to start looking where you could win, because at this moment, it's about your legacy and what you leave on the game. And you are putting up phenomenal numbers, but you have no supporting crew. And
I
we
feel you.
know
I
a
agree.
lot of guys who've done similar tactics, and as soon as they went to another team, i.e. LeBron, they win something. They win something. That's crazy. So you definitely know he gonna be looking for something. I think if this is the last year going out, because none of these niggas is getting Any
Yeah,
younger.
I agree with you, man. To be
That's a
honest,
great fucking
because that was really my number one pick. But I'm gonna make it my honorable mention now, so I can squeeze in the Tyler Hero. The Tyler Hero.
How you gonna request
He
a
should
shoe
go ahead and
nigga?
get on up out of there, dog.
To do what, nigga?
To what? He's a winner.
Come on,
He's
bro.
a-
Never,
he's a-
nigga. That nigga's
Yeah.
he's no.
Oh yeah, yep.
He's best 6th player of the year next year.
Hey, Tyler Hero.
I'm Tyler Hero, dog.
Tyler Hero at worst is Danny Ainge. 2.0.
At
Oh,
worst,
hell no, he better.
hell
I'm trying
no.
to tell you.
He better.
Yeah,
This
he
nigga
better
is-
than Danny.
This nigga's Dan Marley 2.0.
But what
That's
Danny
he
was
is.
for back
Hell no, he
then.
better. He better than
Danny,
Marlon.
Danny played fast, you know what I'm saying?
And
And
he's
he hit a lot of
smaller
jump
than that,
shots when he was on the Celtics before he ever got to go into those back-to-back finals with the Portland Trail Blazers and the Phoenix Suns, you know what I'm saying, against the Bulls. You know what I'm saying?
And he
Danny
wasn't shooting
Ainge,
off the dribble like Tyler Hero.
that was extra late then in 92, 93.
Mhm.
And in the early, whatever, when he got to the Celtics, I forget what year that was. He was shooting, like, moving a little bit more than
He was moving a little bit more, but in my personal opinion, Tyler Hero's.
He way better though. I'm not here to
No,
debate
he-
that.
no,
I'm
no,
just
I said
saying his
2.0.
style is more similar than most people will probably give it credit.
I would disagree.
and Danny Ainge is a winner. I'm comparing him to a guy whose style is kind of similar. Yeah, and dude is a winner, and I'm saying, yeah, he can do more. So I'm saying Tyler Hero can be a winner.
I would
That's my
I would push back a little bit and say I would say his style is closer to Rex Chapman
Yeah,
than it is to Dan Marlon.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would say it's closer to
Yeah.
Rex Chapman because Rex Chapman.
that's more than fair. That's more accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, same point in time, Rex Chapman ain't a champion. I'm talking
Yeah.
about, you know what I'm saying?
I
Tyler
get
Hero.
what you
Y'all
said.
look down. I said Tyler Hero like he wasn't no superstar.
No,
He been
he
holding
was
it
an
down
all-star.
for Miami,
Yeah,
man.
he was an
You know
all-star
what I'm
this year.
saying? He get buckets and
Woo! My fault.
ooh, we over here watching that Clipper Denver game and
Yeah,
the
back-to-back
Clippers
threes,
coming back
back
late
five.
before a
Yeah,
quarter. It
coming
was
back
down
late.
like, you know what I'm saying?
It was down by that
like
20.
15. Yeah, it was at least 15 for like a while.
Yeah.
Shit, it's 1 point Denver up 96, 95.
Yeah, just give it to that guy.
2 minutes.
Give it to that guy. Top 10 playoff time, man. Y'all got to give it up for Hendo, man. He came up with this idea, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to run it down real quick. The top 10 villains of all time
Oh,
in
shit.
the NBA playoffs.
Oh,
At number 10, y'all let us know y'all villains out there, man. At number 10, Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks for you at number 10.
Dylan Brooks, man.
Okay.
I got to go Dylan Brooks, man. He won at the King.
At 10. I'm going to go the X-Man, Xavier McDaniel.
Ooh.
You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
good ass.
That's a
He's
good ass
so-
pick.
He gets you so mad. Even Larry Bird is still on you. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Just-
good ass.
That's a good
pick.
ass one.
Yeah, dude.
You won the almanac for that one.
I like
Yeah.
that. X-Man.
He
Xavier
did your homework. He
McDaniel.
was a problem, dog, even with the Knicks in the 90s.
Facts. That's a fact.
Xavier McDaniel. I like that.
On everybody's nerve.
Hendo, who you got number 10?
Robert Horry.
Villain?
Yeah,
Just
man.
'cause he,
No, real
hit the
talk.
clutch
No,
shots, though.
no, cause real talk. Cause sometimes it wasn't even about that. Robert
Right.
Horry's the type of nigga come in and get 5 quick fouls on your ass too, and get you about your game. don't get it wrong. He done had some sacrifice games. Don't
I'm
get it
about to say, you talking about the infamous game?
No,
Steve Nash?
There's
at the
some
sports
times
table?
where they would call Rob in to like really just kind of rough your guy up, man. He come in and get 3
Yeah,
quick
like
ones.
Steve Nash at the scores table. You know what I'm
Hey.
talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got everybody suspended. Did he get everybody suspended? Was that game?
But and then you add in all
and he walked off, was there, bumped him.
and then you
Walked
add in
on
all
out
them big
and
ass
shit.
shots to end them games. He was definitely a villain.
Okay.
He was
Okay.
definitely a villain.
I don't remember the whole villain role like that, but I remember that scores table with Steve Nash.
I do remember that. Number 9, I went with Patrick Beverly.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I forgot all about Dog.
Yeah, top
He was a
10.
menace. He was a menace. All right, man. I got Zeke, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
That dude was the orchestrator of too much bullshit.
Ooh.
He was at the forefront of bullshit.
I like
Gotta
that.
mention him.
Hendo, you got number 9, villain, NBA villains of all time. Number 9.
Lance Stevenson.
Oh yeah.
This nigga's a pure villain, dog. That nigga
Shout
was
out.
I
giggling,
know all about this dude.
looking niggas in their eyes and
Yeah.
shit, fucking with niggas
I
for
know all
real.
about this. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Shout out to Lance Stevenson.
Dog, blowing the
AKA
air and shit.
More
What's
Ready.
wrong with this boy?
Yeah, that was a
He
good
can
one.
actually hoop though.
Oh yeah.
That new shit with him and Mike Beasley, funny as a motherfucker too and shit. They be hooping against each other, little teams and shit. They ain't doing nothing. The clips ain't nothing but a whole bunch of them yelling back and forth and shit at each other. It's very funny though. That shit's on me. Hold.
No, number 8. Bill Laimbeer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my next one.
Bill Laimbeer.
Bill and Bill.
Yeah.
Him and Zeke, dog. I mean, I had to put him on the list, and I actually kept out the worst one and shit. You know what I'm
They
saying?
took the lead.
They homeboy, I forget his name right now. The big dude that got traded and shit. That's why they lost. Them niggas would have been. They'd have won more championships if they didn't trade the big dude, Mahorn.
Yep.
That
Rick
expansion
Mahorn.
draft. Yeah.
Hendo, who you got? Number 8.
Number 8,
Mm-hmm.
Charles Barkley.
That's a good
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley, man.
Yeah, he had a bad reputation back then.
Bro, he was a pure villain, nigga.
He actually was. back
He
then,
was a
wasn't
pure
he?
villain. Really think about this nigga career.
Yeah, you think about it. Yeah, he was actually a villain. At least for a little bit.
Number 7, Ice Trey, man. Trey Young.
Oh, I like that. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
No, facts.
yeah.
This nigga's a pure villain, bro.
He is.
Cause he be doing the little
Yeah.
shimmy
Yeah.
thing when
In
he
your
done,
house.
or he be
In your
he be
house.
pissing your
in your
nigga.
house, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That nigga be, man,
Yeah.
look.
Trey Young. Yeah.
That
You see how he just did the rap? He played him, got kicked out.
Did he, dog?
Caught him. No, he did juke the shit out, dog.
He
That's
did,
funny
dog.
as hell.
With the spin on that shit. What's wrong with him, dog?
Trey Young.
Oh, shit, that's a good one. I'm going off personal experience with me, Chuck Person. When I seen that,
You're not wrong for that one.
The
You not wrong for that one.
Celtics made me watch basketball. I'm like, man, niggas be acting like this.
You're not wrong for
The
that one.
rifle, man.
Wildin', dog, for real.
Who you got? Hendo. Number 7.
Number 7, Birdman. Birdman. Huh?
He's a
Chris
little
Johnson?
bit.
Chris Anderson.
Chris
Chris
Anderson.
Anderson, yeah.
Yeah, Birdman.
Yeah,
Miami
he's a
Heat.
little bit of a villain.
He come in
I
with
feel
all
like
them
he stayed
tattoos
loved him,
and
though.
he come in with all them tats to get the elbow in him.
Motherfuckers loved him though. At least the team. he
Home
played
games?
for. Yeah, like Cleveland, like them fans loved him. Though.
But in Miami, when he got all his shine, yeah, it was Miami. It was him because he played with him, LeBron,
Okay, I
D
thought
Wade,
it was, yeah, it was
Chris
Miami.
Bosh,
Yeah.
and he was coming off the bench.
Yeah, they
when
love
you
him.
need somebody to be an enforcer, because Chris Bosh is for sure not an enforcer, you had Haslam starting and you had Birdman coming off the bench, and he kept that intensity with you. And he was a pure villain. He was going through and he was roughing up those guys. And when it came playoff mode and they had to play the good teams, he was starting because he had more ass than motherfuckers. That's what exactly was going on. He was playing the motherfucking shooters. He was a villain. When you had to play big teams like Houston when they was looking good, and the Lakers, he was guarding your main power forward, your main center. He was. To me, in my eyes, yeah, he was a villain. He wasn't scared to do dirty work.
Number 6, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, yeah, definitely a villain. He come to spoil your hopes and dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with your mom and them now. Some
And more than
bullshit.
likely his team, AFC.
Yeah. So he gonna even surprise you and shit.
Yeah.
It's heart wrenching.
Who you got at number 6?
I got Gary Payton. Just because he
Ooh.
talked too much shit, he enjoyed winning basketball. I remember seeing that nigga old as hell with the Miami Heat. Because one time he felt he like damn near did the splits. He was old as a bitch by then. You see a lot of great players do it. When they get too old, they still playing. They ain't got their feet up on them. They do the splits like that. Chauncey Billups did it before too. I'm not trying to see this shit. It just happened. But you know, it ain't right after he did the splits. But it was another time he was like talking shit, and I just remember thinking to myself, damn, he did those splits though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he old. You know what I mean? And he was still talking shit. You know what I mean? But he was actually winning that year, a championship with D Wade now. But he was still talking that shit, dog. He is the villain all the time. He can be in the audience right now. You know what I'm saying? At a Golden State game, you'll fuck around and see this nigga jump up and talk some shit to the referee,
Right.
maybe a coach if he listening, his son, any other player that want to listen to some shit, whoever listening in the crowd, he a villain. He always gonna be a villain.
Hendo, who you got?
Oh, no,
Number 6.
Number 6,
Mm-hmm.
Zaza Pachulia.
Hold on, man. I thought he just did the one thing, man.
Bro, this nigga's a villain. Alright. This nigga, it wasn't just the one thing, it's the fact that you injured the same man the same way twice in the same series. Let's keep it a buck.
It was the same season.
No, in the same series. It was Kawhi Leonard. Golden State playing the Spurs. Kawhi go in for the first game, he was killing them. Late in that game, Zaza get his foot out there, he land on Zaza's foot, he twists his ankle. Kawhi has to sit again.
And he was out.
They lose. No, he wasn't. He came back. It happened again in the same manner. He twists his ankle again doing the same shit. That's when they find Zaza and stuff on there, and that's when they start making a rule about the landing space and stuff. Because notice that is a different thing.
Fault.
Now, when you have to have landing space, if they land, it's a foul. That's because of the stuff that happened Kawhi back to back in that series.
That's exactly what the hell that's from.
Nigga. It's a whole rule. Zaza Pachulia, you the reason for the whole rule. Gotta put him up there.
For the rule alone, he deserves
Just you.
on that list.
Did they win?
They think they won. They saying they won.
This
This nigga ran out the building. Aaron Gordon ran out the goddamn building. So,
How to get back to the podcast?
right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Another shit.
Hold on, 0.5. No. Oh, that's real close.
You gotta
That's
dispute it.
real motherfucking close.
Gotta dispute it. Nope, that's good, baby. Let's go.
Did it go through the hoop? Because it was still looking like he was
It
touching
was,
his
man.
fingers.
You overthinking
as the
it.
red was
You
on
overthinking it like
But
the
did
ref
it go
is.
through the hoop?
Nah.
He gotta go through the hoop.
Yeah, nah. I think he was in the process of dunking it.
Yeah, I think they bringing that back, bro, because the dunk, you should have just dropped it in there because it's still looking like your hands on it. Wilding out.
They doing you dirty, Hendo.
Sorry, won't be a friend.
Number 5, Reggie Miller.
Oh yeah, Reggie Miller definitely on the list.
I got Reggie number 5, definitely a villain.
He definitely one of them dudes. But I'm going with Mad Max. Because Mad Max is just Mad Max. He's one of the biggest villains in NBA history. And maybe sporting history. Got to be Mad Max. He was in the playoff.
I love that. Hendo, who you got?
Number
Number 5.
Number 5, I got Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace. I thought he was a nice guy.
No.
I thought Ben Wallace was a good guy. He was one of the good guys.
Nah, not Ben. Nah, Ben to me was he always
was
when he.
intimidating.
But see, that's the whole thing though, and that's exactly why he was the bad guy. When he went places, he was the intimidating force.
Yeah, he
Sometimes when you have to be that because Rasheed,
That
me,
whole defense. That
in
whole
my eyes,
Detroit
Rasheed had the
team
bad
was-
Rasheed had the bad reputation. So by Ben stepping up, he takes some of that pressure off Rasheed, who already had that bad. So they don't get too many technicals because Ben Wallace out here fucking you up. And he was really the bad guy because he was the one that put the elbows in your face. He was physical with your ass just for his job. He was the bad guy. When that Piston team came to your house in them playoffs and stuff, and they were doing you, he was the villain.
Okay. You can't dispute that.
Of course.
Yeah, definitely. Number 4, Ron Artest.
Yeah. Forgot about that guy.
Yeah, Ron Artest, definitely a villain. Everywhere he went.
That's a real good one. That's a real good one right there. I gotta think a little harder.
Dang, so I gotta think a little harder. You got number 4.
I got Charles Oakley, man. Because Charles Oakley was
Just the
just
same
always
thing
that
that
guy.
I'm saying that nigga did. The
Yeah.
same shit.
It's just-
The same exact shit. If a nigga grab me, who you think first coming? Ben, Oakley.
Yeah.
He the first one there.
Yeah,
The first one.
it was Charles.
You got Charles Oakley. Or who you got number 4?
Charles Oakley.
That's who he had.
No, I'm saying who you got number 4.
At number 4, I got Dylan Brooks.
Ooh, okay.
This was an antagonizer.
I
This is
definitely
a villain.
AD tried to jump the line, but I definitely got Dylan Brooks next. He's on the list, man. He's up there.
He is.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like all time.
So you got Dylan Brooks at 3.
That's next to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 then.
Three.
Yeah.
LeBron James at number 3.
Ooh.
When LeBron was on that 0 Dark 30 shit,
Oh, okay.
when he had the black mask and he wanted to play the villain at first.
Mm.
That's probably I'm not gonna say that's the best version. That's the second best version of LeBron. The best version is when he went back to Cleveland with Kyrie and won a ring. But when he was on that 0 Dark 30 shit and like, cool, I'm not the nice guy. That's when LeBron was a problem, bro. He was definitely a villain.
Okay. When he was terrorizing the East.
Yeah. When he went to Miami.
Yeah.
Because remember that first year in Miami, he was the villain. Nobody.
Oh,
yeah.
Nobody
He
liked
definitely
him.
was.
Yeah,
he
nobody
definitely
made himself.
was.
He made himself the
Yeah,
villain.
he
He was definitely the villain. Though.
Yeah.
That's a fact. He was the villain.
And
I
the-
forgot all about that year too.
And though you got number 2.
Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
Dennis Rodman was a villain everywhere. He was an antagonist.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who your team was. When we got playoff mode Rodman, he was doing he was pulling all the tricks out the bag, nigga. Every possible thing. Getting your big guy, your starter in foul trouble. That's huge. Got Lonzo Mourning out here frustrated. Y'all niggas over here, you laying on this nigga. He done got a tech. He done got 2 out there. Right, he just getting you out the way. He laughing, kissing at you and shit. Come on, bro.
Yeah, Warren, you can't go wrong. Number 2, Draymond Green.
Ooh. Gotta put Draymond Green on the list. That's on number 2.
No, Draymond.
Yep.
And though you got number 2,
Number 2 for me,
greatest villains in the NBA playoffs of all time.
if Bill Leitner is not on your list,
Bill Laimbeer.
Bill Laimbeer, you know what I'm saying? Then I think there's something drastically going wrong. This nigga was the most.
He was tripping.
This nigga was playing. He was playing wrestling. You want to play wrestle?
Yeah, he was doing some
That's how he talking to you.
sometimes.
Want to play wrestle?
You stupid.
Come on, man, stop playing.
Shit.
You ain't wrong. I think I'm gonna have to go with number 1 all time, Dennis Rodman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the biggest villains
I
in the
think
NBA
villain like that.
playoffs.
Okay.
Because he did it at the highest level, and he did it against superstars.
Mm.
I don't know if I've ever seen a player
Get so many people fucked up.
So many players skin. Like, what are you doing to say to Karl Malone? Like, he pick and roll all night. He literally.
You get this man to elbow you in your
I
face.
mean, numerous. You talk about Alonzo Mourning. Like, you can go on and on of players. He just got underneath their skin. So Dennis Rodman, all-time NBA playoff villain, in my opinion.
I hear you. Mine number 1 all time, just like most of us, and Michael Jeffrey Jordan. I done seen this nigga terrorizing the shit out of people without even coming to fisticuffs. You know, this motherfucker, he gonna end you, bro. As Cleveland, as Utah. I'm talking about last shot kill you. I'm talking about whole series kill you. He still got the most playoff points averaged in a motherfucking playoff series. I think maybe the final still too. Most points in the playoff game. The playoffs? Man, we talking about that, man.
The only reason I almost want to disagree with that is because I would always hear niggas from other teams cheer on Jordan. They wouldn't cheer on the Bulls, they'd cheer on Mike.
Yeah.
Like, get him, Mike. They go, oh, my bad. Hey, go Stockton. That's the only way I disagree. Like, you was a villain, I agree, but other niggas from teams, they be like, man, yeah, that's Mike, man. Get him, Mike. Ooh, you don't know him.
See what Mike
They was cheering
and that's fucked up that you like that.
It's
when
only
he
certain
playing your
motherfuckers.
team.
There's only certain
You know what I'm
motherfuckers
saying?
you watch play the game
That's
with
why I
other
told you,
motherfuckers from other teams
That's
cheer the
why
motherfucker on.
And that's why he's
It's
number
sickening.
1.
It's sickening.
That's why he's number 1.
Tom
He's
Brady,
the
one of them.
villain.
Tom Brady, one of them. Niggas be, oh
Yeah.
shit, I love Tom. Go get him,
On
Tom.
the real.
I hate
If he was
that.
doing a football list, Tom Brady would probably be number 1 because of
Motherfucker.
all them goddamn rings, how many hearts he broke. You know what I'm saying? How many times you bet against this man. Yeah.
I like that, man.
You a villain when your heart be breaking. Just
So who you said? Michael? Who you
Michael
got number
Jeffrey
1?
Jordan.
I said number 1, yeah.
Yes, who you got number 1?
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Nobody cheers for this
He was
nigga.
my number 2.
Nobody cheers for this. Nobody goes out there like, you get him, except for me. I love that shit, nigga.
Yeah.
I live for that shit. This nigga's an antagonist. This nigga will get your best player. He'll get teched and kicked out, but your main nigga gonna get teched and kicked out with him. And you know what? Them niggas will win. Because your secondary is better than their secondary. And that's all that come in. And the next nigga that step up ain't better than the next nigga you got coming in, and you happen to win the series. And you know what? Draymond looks like a fucking genius. This nigga at home eating popcorn and shit in the locker room, kicking his feet up and shit, giggling and shit, looking at the games. Punch the shit out that nigga. This nigga does the most goofiest shits. I watched this nigga fall back and like kick a nigga in the back and get called for this shit. This nigga just does the wildest shit. This nigga went on like a whole playoff series of kicking niggas in the dicks.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was.
A whole series.
Whole
he got
playoff.
Steven Adams like a few
Whole-
times, a couple of
whole
them. Like, bro,
LeBron.
how many times
He
did
kept
your
kicking
feet
niggas.
accidentally kick niggas in the shit,
Like it's a
nigga?
magnet in the shoe and niggas.
Then you be fall collapsing. I like the mental games. Some of the other tactics you can do without, man. Some of that shit just dirty ass ball, dog.
I mean,
If I'm
especially
rebounding,
dick
and you
kicks.
kick me in my shit from behind, nigga, I'm gonna be mad, bro. I'm gonna want to fight your ass too,
Let's rule
nigga.
out the dick kicks. We can start there. No more.
That's
dick kicks.
unreasonable,
Yeah.
bro. That's
That's
unreasonable.
yeah.
Foul me in the air or something. That's what I'd rather just.
Yeah, no more dick
Yeah,
kicks.
come on, man. Don't do me like that, bud. That's nasty work.
It's weird.
On that note, man.
Bounty boy.
On that note, man, you stupid as hell. Bills, we tell these people what time it is.
I love Shay Shay time.
No, it is.
Shit, it is time to trade yourself.
Trade yourself, man. That's how we end every episode, man. It's a nice way of telling somebody, you don't cuss them out no more, man. It's 2025, man. They doing something, they're doing something wild. It could be your co-worker, your cousin, your wife, your husband. Don't cuss them out. Look at them dead in the face and say, you sir, ma'am, you need to trade yourself. So we normally try to keep with sports figures like Brett Favre. Not Mike Malone, because he's not.
Can he say Mike
He's
Malone?
not, not a sports figure. So,
Damn.
but he could be the Bulls' next head coach. I wouldn't be mad at that though, man. He is a good head coach.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, he's a good head coach. I
That's
give him that.
maturity from you, man.
It
That's
is,
growth
it
right
is,
there.
It is growth. It
You know
is
what I
growth.
mean?
I've been going to therapy.
It's good.
But Bills, who need to trade themselves this week?
Oh man, I got the Mavs. This is the dumbest organization ever. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
I mean, right along with Mike Malone and you, the Bulls.
You say that after they get
Nico.
KD, they look like something different. You say that. You just say that right now. It sounds
Yeah.
good to say that.
Hey.
If they get KD,
And
they
we'll
look
take-
mad
We'll
genius.
take Nico right now too at GM. But
Never.
the only
Never,
reason I
never.
say that is because they got J. Kidd fuck with that England football team after all this bullshit, the Everton ownership group, the American-based little part of the shit or whatever. Like, damn, this nigga just started even fucking with basketball. He said, you know what, I had enough of this. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna go like this, nigga, I'm gonna go ahead and not only fuck with a different sport, I'm gonna fuck with a whole different. This nigga, this is soccer.
Maybe
This
this
nigga
is
said,
maybe this
fuck.
is what he watches in his spare time. A lot of people went over to that
Oh
soccer
yeah,
business
that's dope for him. But you know, to be the coach of the Dallas Mavericks,
because you sick of politics and how they get down and
that's
how
what
the
I'm
money is
saying.
going.
Did it go like that? Was it like he was just exhausted?
Exactly. And a bad run through on some stuff like that will get you exhausted. You have seen your success at this level and just walk with it sometimes. You'll be appreciated later. And sometimes coaching is like that. As is. We've seen very good coaches have to be on their second or third tenure coming in and turn out being good. This is just the coaching what it is. They'll miss him and they'll appreciate him, and then one team will be dying to get him back in there, and that'll be a team that wants him. Clearly, this team isn't deserving this. They're
They
going
don't.
through something, and
They
that's
don't
what it
deserve
is.
it.
So I agree with you. These motherfuckers
I'm one
most
of the
certainly
biggest
definitely need to
Kid
trade
fans
themselves.
ever. They do not deserve this, man. Go ahead and get your money, man, and have your fun. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't where it's at. Cause the Dallas Mavericks, they let you down. You know what I'm saying? This didn't make no sense. This whole season, this is a debacle. They should be ashamed of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like
That-
real
this
shit.
is like
It's-
the Bulls
it's too
trading
early.
Jordan. This is unheard of. I don't even
You know what I'm
lie.
saying? Just
Some of these
because,
shit is-
and it's not to say you can't still win with the team you assemble, but you never get rid of a star at that magnitude especially at a time like that.
This came down to money.
Start of his prime.
And this is what it was. When it came upon new ownership, this was about money and what money was going to be due. Because at the same time, when one player requires a supermax, and people feel like this, it's hard to pay one player $235 million when you have to put a team around him. Now, I agree with you. I would build the team around him. But we've also seen a lot of teams lose their way by trying to put one position of power and then not have enough resources or money to put anything around.
I hear what you're saying, because by the time they'd have paid him, it would have been $600 million.
Right.
It would have been $600 million, at least.
The Lakers.
But at the same point in time, though, like, nah, but that's just the going value rate that's just the cost of doing business.
I get it, but the Lakers are a little bit more prone for doing business like that, and I feel like this is a plan that works out because now AD can kind of adjust because he just wants to play and kind of it doesn't seem.
Your best hopes is to have a whole playoff run with AD and Kyrie.
I think they're going to get some more weapons,
street clothes.
Well,
and
to be honest, and I do agree with you, I feel like the ultimate plan is to run Kyrie, KD, and AD, and then try to run that look, because this is a real pitching point that I really think that they're going to go for. I kind of want to see how that turns out, because to me that could be a unit, but I don't know if that's a successful unit, because I felt like I've kind of seen this unit-ish before, and it hasn't worked out. Especially,
you know what they call Anthony Davis? Anthony Day-to-Day Davis.
Yeah, street clothes. That's my favorite
Anthony
one.
Day-to-Day Davis.
But I'll keep it. I will say this though, that last little
y'all front, Luka, no matter how much beer you thought he drank on camera, no matter how fat you thought he was, he offensively carries you niggas to the finals.
You would still be in it if you had him.
Yeah.
If
I'm
it was
just
just him and Kyrie, even with Kyrie gone, you would still be able to ride the strength. AD is a very good player, but he can't carry you the kind of way that a Luka can carry you, because we've seen Luka carry a crippled team like this further into the playoffs. That nigga
threw up all day the other day, went out there and scored 17 points.
I seen AD come out there and give him 40 and they still lose though.
I'm talking about with the stomach flu. That nigga was throwing up all day. That nigga Luka the other day. He still went out there and played, still gave you 17. That's like a Herculean effort almost for a sick motherfucker. This ain't Michael Jordan flu game and no shit. But like in my mind, I'm like, he ain't even have to play. You know what I'm saying? On some real shit. Like, I don't know, man. Like, no, that motherfucker is tough as nails. And that's the dumbest decision maybe in whatever history that, and like, what was that, Herschel Walker?
Yeah.
Was it Herschel Walker?
Shit, we gonna have to put Bryce Young up there too.
You should. Who you got him though? Who need to trade this up?
I ain't gonna lie, man. It's probably gonna be Kanye for the rest of the month.
Damn.
This nigga is tweaking, bro. I don't fucking get what's going on. Like this nigga has the worst accountability of rants I've ever seen. From slavery is a choice to him giving fellatio to his cousin, to saying Beyonce had a better video and stuff. This is all voted opinion. You can't tell people that they doing it. You can't say that George people don't care about black people. What's going on? You have the worst case of rants of anybody I've ever known. Like, I just don't know. When at the end of the day, when it's said and done, he'll be forever donkey of the day. Because some of this shit I understand, but some of them it just loses me. To watch such an amazingly smart person go down the rabbit hole of Hollywood. That's what I feel like we doing. So it's gonna be forever for a minute, man. It gotta be Kanye, man. After this last stunt between him saying the stuff about Kendrick and the stuff about him giving his cousin fellatio and doing all that type of stuff, shit like this, and saying the shit that he be saying, it has to be this man. You was tripping, my guy. And this is coming from a real music legend. He's done stuff musically that a lot of guys won't be able to put their hands on. It's inspired so many people, and then you just take this hook like this. This is worst case scenario, man. This is like a lot of people like you could have said about Prince and all that stuff. No, hell no. This is worst case scenario. This is worse. At least Prince wasn't all in media's face. He did his weird shit behind doors. You didn't know what type of shit he did. He did all his freaky weird shit behind doors and never got caught. That's what I love about motherfuckers.
That, coming on stage thing with his ass cheeks out of his pants. No big deal.
This is Prince.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Prince is the type of nigga where other niggas have looked at him and said this nigga was beautiful. So in shit like this, you kind of expect like this. You know what I'm saying? He's been straight.
Yeah, they shit don't look him in the eyes.
Never. You'll get locked in the gaze. But anyway, yeah, Kanye, man. You tweaking, dog.
Kanye betrayed himself.
Yeah.
Anybody out there that are cheering on people that's been deported that are innocent, you need to absolutely trade. Yeah, absolutely, man. You need to trade yourself.
What the fuck?
Whether or not you're an immigrant or not, you absolutely deserve due process. And a lot of these people that are, you can Google it, man. A lot of these people that are being deported, like, don't have a criminal record. So I think if you consider yourself a patriot or any type of American or anything, it's cool now because who you voted for is in office. But how would you feel if, let's say, Jasmine Crockett or OC gets in office and they start just picking up people and deporting them because they don't like what you said? This is kind of getting out of hand, man. I don't believe in fascism at all. So I think anybody out there that's okay with people getting deported and not having due process, man, you absolutely need to trade yourself, man. Real talk. But hey, great show today. If you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, the Jackson Plaza, check out our brother Focus, A Breath of Fresh. Does great shoe restoration, man. Also has retro kicks in that clothing. Check them out. And also JV, Fifth and King, The Closet, more retro kicks, man. Check them out, man. Shop black owned, shop locally, man. You don't gotta go to cities, you ain't gotta go to eBay, man. Shop right here. As well, if you're in the Winona area, our brother Captain Kush, man, doing this thing out there. If you're looking for a good artist, man, he also has clothing. Check him out, Captain Kush in Winona, Minnesota. And I have to give a big shout out to the homie Mac, man, last week on the Weekly Dog podcast out there in Chicago, man. Hopefully we're going to get a chance, all of us to get a chance to go out there, man, and kick it with them brothers, man, and give y'all some more great content. But
so you dropped 23 on Headz, dog?
Yeah, he dropped 23 on Headz.
Dropped 23 on Headz?
Yeah, he dropped 23 on Headz, man. Dropped 23 on Headz, man.
And don't forget, if you're in the Rochester area, make sure you fuck with Wind City Wings, man.
Yes, sir.
It's a little food truck out there in the Rochester area, man. Make sure you look brother man up, man. Good food.
Absolutely. Excuse me. But also, man, download the app Saturday night. I don't know where we're at. It's actually nice out, man. It's that weather about to break, man. So if it's nice out, you want to get your little fire going, listen to some good music tonight, download that app. Bump that radio. Our brother Detroit Manuel trying to bring radio back to how it used to be. Also, our old heads, old school versus new school game, man. June 22nd is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of brothers already saying that they ready to hoop. The young guys saying they ready to hoop. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Come check us out. We're going to be at Powell Park on the south side of La Crosse, right across the street from Walgreens. If that doesn't work out, we got a backup location that we're looking at as well. So check us out, man. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Check us out on YouTube, Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast, as well on YouTube. Check us out under Chendo, CEEHENDO. As always, much love. We'll be right back next week, back in the basement, episode 144, man. 150 coming up soon, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. But hey, as always, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. Millie, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. Love, as always. Appreciate Mac. Always, we're going to come check you out there in the shop, man. But I'm going to let these brothers do their intro. Also, man, like the page, man. Dog Podcast, Weekly Dog Podcast, man. You can check us out on our page. And today on Old Heads is actually College Ball Saturday. So we're going to go in there and put some college ball content. That's phenomenal. I'm always up for a good debate. Old Heads 143. Bills.
It's your boy B, man.
man. Indo G, aka French Loaf, aka Mr. Honey Pack himself. Sorry for the audio malfunction we had, so a lot of y'all couldn't hear us on the Facebook. But make sure y'all definitely check us out on the YouTube page, man. Make sure you like and subscribe, man. Appreciate the love.
Y'all know we got delay. It's all right.
Man, we still there's no
Hey,
audio.
folks, you know what we here, folks? The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we come from our states to the team at the Barclays. The Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from